You don't make you just completely change their mind about Caitlin Clark. They abruptly put her face on a huge banner at the Indiana Fever. Rita, after ignoring her for months, what provides a woman who plays basketball? She is deserving. She is deserving after a deed is knocked. Is this his sincere apology? Or only damage control? Really, let's dissect this for a very long time. Nike's been completely mute about Clark, as if she never existed. Her face is being plastered everywhere now. Come on, it seems as though they just realized they just into $28 million contract with one of the most prominent figures in basketball, when Nike hit Caitlin Clark to an endorsement contract for $28 million for 8 years. They had gold. What on earth is the reason behind their disregard for her? Here's the worst part though. This goes beyond simply Nike and Caitlin. We're going to explore why this is much more important than a single athlete or brand. The way large corporations handle women's sports has been brought to light by just entire debacle. Are they merely following the trend when it suits them? Or are they truly involved? To be honest, we need to start posing some challenging quirks, and $28 million deal should buy some attention when boss. It's astounding how Nike treated Caitlin Clark in silence during her historic rookie campaign. How can the biggest sports brand in the world overlook one of the best basketball players? Let's dissect this. Clark received a huge $28 million contract with Nike, offering her a pair of trademarks features for any athlete, but especially for a rookie. It seems like a dream come true. Then there are crickets. Adidas was negotiating their deal. Nike was all but missing, and Clark was out there burning the court. However, in spite of being unanimously chosen as the WNBA Rookie of the Year, no plans for a Caitlin Clark, sure in the works. Why not? Well, Nike's stated explanation is blatantly false. What do they have to conceal? Or sports becoming less popular? No, despite terminating their collaboration with the Easy, Adidas was performed admirably over that time. The youngster in question did more than just perform well. She was in charge. Points, assists, steals, viewership, and minutes played were all higher for Clark than any other rookie. That I also mentioned that she became the first rookie in WNBA history to post a triple-double. Not only is that good, that is historic. She wasn't voted MVP by everyone. When it came to that, she helped a club qualify for the playoffs. They seem to have forgotten that they had one of the most attractive names in basketball on their roster. Nike's marketing department appeared to be on a long vacation while Clark was smashing records. Let's consider the bigger picture. When did LeBron James join the league? From day one. Night, he had his iconic sneaker ready to go. They were all over it, giving him a lot of promotions. But nothing happened with Clark. Knows it. Furthermore, Nike is not incompetent at promoting women's basketball. Observe how they've been pressuring Jo Wilson. She has everything she needs, even her shoes and advertisement. What is wrong with Clark? That this quiet was not ignored. The fans were unable to understand. Commentators on Sports for Brow raising many questions were circulating on social media. People began to question whether Nike even knew who they had signed. If why are they unable to emulate Wilson? It became a meme because the extreme contrast. Clark was out there setting records, attracting large crowds, and had a Nike React silence on the radio resembled and on advertised premiere of a big budget film. Critics began pointing fingers, implying that there might be more involved than merely error. Some question whether Nike's internal politics were involved with Clark being passed up for more well-known stars. From the outside, it certainly appeared that way, and Adidas it was waiting for the ideal opportunity. More on that in a moment. Let's also discuss timing. There were rumors that Nike will not release Clark's iconic sneaker till 2026. In the world of sports, that is an eternity. How many more records will she have broken by that? Nike has released a single commercial or advertise. According to sports business reporter Eaton Strauss, Nike has been working with Clarkson. She became a professional. But even though the shoe's part of their deal, it might not be launched until 2026. This is more than just one player being passed over. It's increasing significant concerns over the way major brands handle women's sports. Compared demands, are they merely lip service, or are they truly involved? Because it appears more vantage point that Nike made a huge mistake. You've done it for other players. And 80 when LeBron entered the BA when we sneeze or without. and he was surrounded by a lot of excitement. He also signed a contract with Nike worth hundreds of millions of dollars right out of high school. I mean, his contract was crazy prior to his debut season. LeBron had a sneaker, they didn't even pause. It seems to me that it is more on the political side as to why Caitlin Clark is not getting the praise, the commercials, the ads, and March. One commentator stated neatly captured the dissatisfaction. Since she became a professional, Nike has not released a single commercial or advertisement storing Clark. Given that she signed this agreement and she's finished her WNBA season, Nike hasn't taken any action to market her since. No advertisements have been shown to us. We haven't noticed any advertisements. There isn't any Caitlin Clark goods that we have seen. Additionally, we have definitely not seen any of Caitlin Clark's distinctive shoes. It's incredible at a time when everyone believed Nike had blown their opportunity with a fresh athlete took the court. Adidas wasn't merely curious, they were prepared to engage. Boy, how much would it cost to snatch the most attractive rookie in basketball from Nike? You may be surprised by the response. There are rumors that Adidas is interested in signing Caitlin Clark to an endorsement contract worth up to $30 million. Yes, you heard correctly, $30 million. It's more than just an improvement above Nike's of it. There is an entire staircase here. Adidas isn't playing around. They are prepared to place a large wager after witnessing Art's abilities. $3 million annually for 8 to 10 years. It is around $30 million or so. However, it goes beyond simply splurging Clark. Adidas is being clever. They have athletics, legends such as Billie Jean King praising Clark. That's a lot of celebrity support for her. It's as if Adidas decided to construct their own narrative after noticing all the bacon pages and Nike's playbook. Let's also take a moment to discuss the Caitlin Clark impact. It's more than just high. Those are hard numbers. WNBA viewership is skyrocketing. Attendance is growing on average. More than 1 million people watched Court's game. It's more than just good that his revolutionary. There you and Caitlin Clark examine the numbers. There were 1.84 billion viewers for her first playoff game. Absurd figures. The highest rated postseason match since the WNBA Finals second game in 2000 and 2000. And this was more than just a first-round match, one of the finals games was this one. This demonstrates unequivocally the impact Caitlin Clark is making. What night he appeared to overlook. Adidas noticed Clark isn't merely a participant. She is a sensation. Adidas saw Clark's star power and the possibility for some significant sales like he was busy doing whatever it was they were doing. Nike was utilizing it as a parking lot, so it's like they discovered a gold mine. She received a significant endorse, worked with Adidas. This collaboration is revolutionary for Clark. It's a major victory, and this Adidas deal goes beyond just sneakers. It's a declaration. Adidas is saying, we see that you play women's sports. The men's game is not the only reason we're here. They are making an investment in the future, and Caitlin Clark is a big part of that future. In addition to being a whole new product, this will likely reach a market that Nike and other sportswear firms haven't really penetrated before. Little girls will wear them, of course. I predict that many men will wear them. You will simply see that certain items are in great demand. Do you know what's truly crazy? Adidas is making advances out here. Nike may be waiting on a generation's worth of marketing opportunities. What do they intend to do with it? Or Joe Wilson, also known as pushing outdated products. It's similar like delivered newspapers and for worried that you to keep in your garage. What fools! These left us are fools. They're not related to business. The WNBA's expansion is not their goal. Your focuses on inclusion, equity, and diversity. This is insane. How Caitlin Clark has been treated by them. It is not good business. It lacks foresight. Adidas Billie Jean King even chimed in to commend Clark. She's out here discussing Court's accomplishments and/or influence on the game. Global ambassador for Adidas applauding Caitlin Clark, despite the fact that the companies that signed her failed to recognize her accomplishment. Nike, you are a disgrace. In addition, I'm still in disbelief that she won WNBA Rookie of the Year after was revealed. Ask the winner if they acknowledged her or resolved the issue. As it happens, he wasn't completely dozed off while driving. They had just moved its slow motion at last. They gave Clark the red carpet. But really, why did they take so long? More importantly, is this the beginning of a significant comeback to little or too late? Let's discuss Nike's impressive gesture. At the Indiana Fever Arena, they abruptly slapped a huge banner of Caitlin Clark after months of radio quiet. This is definitely a wake-up call. Here's the big question though, is Nike attempting to salvage their agreement with Kame and before she joins the leaders? Or is this a sincere apology? The timing is questionable. To put it mildly, Nike chooses to remind themselves that they have a superstar on the roster, just as Adidas is making moves. Come on. It's as if they discovered Clark's contract in a drawer and realized it was faux. Look at it. This Nike advertisement pays tribute to the greatest NCAA division. One leader and scoring is not only about Nike and Clark. Let's face it. This entire situation is open the door to more serious problem. How companies handle sports when they realize they've missed the boat, or they simply playing catch up, or they truly invest. Nike, the company that landed her a great deal, is informing her that they will promote her until they finish promoting Asia Wilson. They're denigrating for followers when she's in the midst of all these racial debates that she has nothing to do with and doesn't want to be involved. Adidas had to express interest before they suddenly realized they had a $28 million deal with one of the biggest names in basketball. Consider it. Clark has been destroying records and burning down the court. Everyone is talking about this state of affairs. Fans are furiously criticizing Nike for their failure. The right, that we still need to remind major brands that women's sports are important. 2024, really, here's the bright side. Though the public pressure is effective, all those disgruntled admirers and social media criticisms had an impact. The uproar was too loud for Nike to ignore any longer. Serves as a warning to all brands. Women's sports are not something you can ignore and hope to get away with it. Because these dissection Caitlin Clark's Nike narrative goes beyond one athlete and brand. This topic highlights how huge organizations treat women's sports vs men. Are they actually involved? We're just following the trend when it suits them. Nike's last-minute Clark banner, too late too little. This is the issue. Fans and supporters' refusal to remain silent caused it. Your voice matters. Use it. This could change our companies treat female athletes.